Monster Jam fans, welcome back to another video today here on the channel. Today we have show 2 of 2 from the Saturday night event at Camping World Stadium. This is from February 27th, the Saturday show, the first of 3, well no, it was the first of 2 days here at Camping World Stadium, but the first of 3 events was earlier in the night, and then tonight, the 7 o'clock show, we have show 2 of 3 from this incredible weekend right here at Camping World Stadium. Orlando, Florida has always been a home of incredible Monster Jam moments. We've had some of the best moments in Monster Jam history coming from right here in Orlando. We are always excited to have these trucks getting ready to go. You can hear the engines starting up already as they get ready to hit the track for the first time in the Tonight Show. Monster Jam set its history in Orlando for good with the Monster Jam World Finals in 2019. They have always had incredible moments here in Orlando, but they officially made history here by having the first ever World Finals outside of Las Vegas right here in this building, locking up Orlando as one of the most historic locations for Monster Jam in its time. Monster Jam fans, let's see those trucks for the first time here tonight. The crew chiefs got their trucks ready to go to bring themselves back for tonight's event, depending on, well, how damaged they were after the first event. Some drivers had their trucks in perfect shape, others really destroyed them. Got a bit of a different view here for the second event. Still the same recorder, but just a bit of a different angle. If you missed the event from earlier in the day, you can check out the commentary from last night from March 5th. You can go on my channel and find out that video. That was a great show, so I'm sure that this one is going to live up to the hype just as well. The first event in tonight's competition, the first of 3 events in tonight's competition, is racing. They will be going head-to-head, 2 drivers going head-to-head. In this near lane race, we have Corey Rummel in Rage. In the far lane, it's Jamie Garner overboard. 12 trucks racing in a bracket. Only 1 driver will walk out a winner. Both of these drivers looking good. Jamie Garner has been very solid in racing this year, but it has been Corey Rummel's game here in Chicago style. But a big mistake for Corey Rummel is going to end his night in just the first round. A guy heavily favored to win the competition. Overboard, moving on. The next race here in round number 1, we have Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger, and she is taking on nobody. She has a bye run here in the first round. Supposed to be taking on Monster Energy. Todd the Duke could not get that truck onto the track. A big break for Kristen Anderson, and a really tough loss for Todd the Duke. To miss out on any points is such a big deal, and he is not going to get any here. So Kristen Anderson, a nice race to just feel out the track from earlier in the day. Now the next race here, we have Cole Menard in the Black Pearl taking on Jim Kohler in Avenger. That Avenger body looks like a Monster Mud body from really far away. At least on the other side. Both of these drivers have been very good. Jim Kohler's been sneakily fast here on this track. To the final jump, they are both close. It looked like Cole Menard had it, but Jim Kohler carried momentum over the final jump. And Cole Menard did take home that win. Now the next race and the last race in round 1, we have Lindsey Reed and Scooby-Doo taking on Tom Meents and Max D. Fire. Tom Meents has really been struggling on this track so far this year. And again, a huge mistake. Him making it into round 2, I'm sure would feel great for him. He has barely gotten out of round 1 here on the Chicago-style track. Oh my goodness, and it's going to happen again. Lindsey Reed beats Tom Meents. As he makes a mistake in the final turn, he just cannot get the monkey off his back. Now we're in round 2. Jamie Garner and Overboard is in the near lane, taking on Adam Anderson and Megalodon. Adam got a bye run, one of 4 drivers to have a bye run here into the second round. We'll see how it'll impact him. It seems like the track is acting a little differently here than it did earlier in the night. Adam Anderson, though, taking a commanding win there as he just dominated the Overboard. He is going to the semifinals. Now Barney Musaurin Zombie gets a crack at the track. He is taking on Kristen Anderson. Both of these drivers facing an opponent for the first time tonight. Kristen Anderson did have a bye run in the first round. Barney Musauer certainly taking advantage of Kristen Anderson's mistakes as he is leading in the final turn. Over the final jump, it is all Barney Musauer by about a truck length and a half. He's going to the semifinals. The next matchup here in the semis, to lead into the semis, is Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl taking on Bryce Kenny in the Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny, the driver who had the bye run here in this race. In case you couldn't pick up the pattern, one driver per race had a bye run into the second round. Bryce Kenny has won a racing competition on this track so far this year. So is Cole Bernard. Down to the line, it is Bryce Kenny as he will take down Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. This track is looking a little slick tonight. Lindsey Reed in the Scooby-Doo, who just beat Tom Meents, looks to take down another Goliath as Ryan Anderson is her opponent in the Dragonoid. This is the final matchup here of round number 2. The winner will go on to the semifinals to take on Bryce Kenny. Everyone's really being very cautious on this track. A little too much gas, as you saw with Tom Meents, will lose you the race. And indeed, right there, loses the race for Lindsey Reed. Your winner is Dragonoid. Now the semifinals. The winner of these two matchups goes to the final round. In the near lane, we have Barney Musauer in Zombie. In the far lane is Adam Anderson in Megalodon. Adam Anderson looked very good in the second round. He had a small mistake just like that there after the first turn, but he made up all the ground in the final turn. We'll see if Barney Musauer can take advantage, and he will not. It is all Adam Anderson, very similar to his second round race. He's going to the finals. He will take on, either in the near lane, Bryce Kenny in the Mohawk Warrior, or in the far lane, his brother, Ryan Anderson in the Dragonoid. Set to be a good matchup. Ryan Anderson has not won a racing competition yet this year, and he is seemingly showing his desire because he is not driving that fast tonight. He is being slow and steady, and so far it's working for him as he is going to the final round to take on Adam Anderson. In the near lane, Adam Anderson, the far lane, Ryan Anderson. These two are racing for the final round championship here in Orlando. The winner takes home 12 points on the road to the overall event championship. Both of these drivers want this one bad. Ryan Anderson especially wanting it because he hasn't won a racing competition yet this year. Adam Anderson won the one earlier in the day over the final jump. And your winner is Adam Anderson in Megalodon over the line, barely beating out his brother. He wins his second racing competition in the day. The first driver in Monster Jam history to win 2 stadium racing events in the same day. How about that for Adam Anderson, making history here in Orlando? A huge win for Adam. Now we move into the second competition of 3 here in the night. This is the skills competition, and starting us off is Corey Rummel in Rage. Getting on the front 2 wheels, putting it into a moonwalk here, and he's going to walk it backwards. A great first hit. Now these drivers have 2 hits on 2 wheels or 1 donut. Corey Rummel lining up for his second hit here, and he's going for a solid sky wheelie off the step up. Score for Rage of 5.965. Coming out second here tonight, this is Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Going for a slat wheelie. She just did not execute that at all. Could not get any kick, so that's going to hurt her with 1 hit to go. Lining up for a reverse popper here. She rolled over on this move earlier in the day, and she's almost doing it again here. She needs to get the reverse, but the gas did not let her go, and she will end on her lid again. It's a 4.892. Next up here, we have Jim Kohler in Avenger, Todd the Duke in Monster Energy, not competing in the skills competition either. Really tough break for him. Jim Kohler going for a sky wheelie. He has attempted really only sky wheelies so far this year, and it's gotten him some solid points. See what he's got here, going for another one, getting huge air, but not really a sky wheelie. Doesn't really combo it up either. It is enough to take the lead. It's a 6.922. Adam Anderson in Megalodon is going to change things up here as he is going for a donut. The first driver to attempt it tonight. It seems like on a slick track like this might be a key to success. And how about this? We have a tie for the lead. It is a 6.922. I can't remember if that's ever happened before. Ryan Anderson going for a bicycle, and as you see there, the track just not cooperating with him. He has 1 more hit left. Going for a bicycle, and it's just not going to work. The track is a little too slick tonight. It's a 4.947. Now we have Lindsey Reed in Scooby-Doo going for the back end of the racing lane, getting somewhat vertical. Oh, I think she might have broke there on that rear end. Yeah, she just completely snapped the rear axle there, I'm pretty positive. Yeah, she is done. That is a 6.398. So your current leaders still Avenger and Megalodon in a tie. Now we have Jamie Garner and Overboard popping it backwards, and he's going to walk it a little bit up the ramp. So a solid first hit. So far, though, I mean, nobody really showing up. A great chance to get some huge points here tonight. Got one more hit left, going for a stoppie, moonwalking it up the ramp, but not much verticality there. And that is going to be the end of the run for Overboard, a 6.126. So still, Megalodon and Avenger tied for the lead. Now Cole Van Aert in the Black Pearl, walking it backwards. He's on the rear two wheels. A good first hit for the Black Pearl. He has one more hit to try and impress these fans. I mean, nobody's been able to take down Avenger and Megalodon pairing. And he is going to try here on the front two wheels and a stoppie. A great move from Black Pearl, and it will show in the score. It's a 9.229. Black Pearl taking a definite lead. Next up, it is Barney Musauer and Zombie lining up for a slap wheelie. And the rear left wheel will lock up on him, and that is going to hurt him big time. I think that's going to be it, and it is a 6.213 for Zombie. Next up here, we have Bryce Kenny and the Mohawk Warrior. A very good first hit there. Moonwalking a little bit up the ramp, so a solid first move there. Trying to take down Cole Van Aert is not going to be easy because Cole had two good hits. Bryce Kenny trying to do whatever he can to impress the fans enough to get a top score, and so far doing it. The longest move we've seen so far tonight already. He is balancing it on those front two wheels. Seems like Bryce Kenny has the luck that nobody else has been able to have so far tonight. Will it pay off? An incredible second hit here for Mohawk Warrior, and he will set it down. And the score is going to reflect it's a 9.662. So Mohawk Warrior taking the lead, but now it is Tom Meents in Max D Fire. Tom Meents coming out last here in the skills competition. Walking the maximum moonwalk, an incredible move here for Tom Meents and Max D Fire. Trying to beat Bryce Kenny, who had a very high score. He's getting close to the wall, and he will set it down. A good first hit for Max D Fire. Bryce Kenny really only had one great hit. We'll see if Tom Meents can have two. A very solid first hit there. Now he is going for his second hit, a nice long stoppie here. Can he put it in reverse? He does. He's moonwalking it. Oh my goodness! Back over the ramp! And a crazy finish to the run for Tom Meents and Max D Fire, and an incredible score of a 9.903. Your winner of the skills competition is Max D Fire. But we still have one competition left tonight, fans, and that is freestyle. Starting us off is Jim Kohler in Avenger. Jim Kohler getting to come out first. I'm not sure he's used to coming out first. He doesn't get that chance very often. We'll see what he does with it, trying to set that bar high. So far, two winners tonight are Adam Anderson and Tom Meents, two iconic Monster Jam drivers. Jim Kohler going to try and add his name to the list and make it three iconic Monster Jam drivers winning events tonight. Jim Kohler and Tom Meents, two drivers that have been around since before the 2000s. They're the only two drivers here in the event today that have been around that long. Getting some great air there, showing off this beautiful Avenger body that he repped at the World Finals here in Orlando in 2019. He's got a little over half of his run left, and he is really doing a good job getting great air to start off. I mean, really the best lead-off run we've seen so far this year came out of Jamie Garner in Houston. Jim Kohler giving that run a run for its money here. Lining up for the jammer, he is getting some big air, launching it and comboing it onto that pod, hitting the step up hard. I mean, he's winding down the clock here. He is looking like he will fill the clock. This is the longest run Jim Kohler's had in Avenger here in Orlando in the last 3 years. Because when he was in the World Finals, he barely made it over 30 seconds. In the earlier event in the day, he really didn't have a very long run either, but right now he is set to fill the clock. He is lining up for the mini flip to end off his run. Oh my, Jim Kohler. Oh my goodness, on the sidewalls, and he is on his lid. Avenger, what an incredible start to the run, and it's an 8.635 as Black Pearl will come out now and try and take him down. So as I've been doing for every show so far this year, we are going to have a checklist for all these drivers to complete. As Cole Bernard, the Black Pearl, who led off the first event in the day, now comes out second tonight. So Jim Kohler really set the bar high. I mean, he had great momentum, great air. He had an attempted backflip. I'm not going to give him the fill the clock one, though. So Cole Bernard getting some big air right now. I mean, great momentum, great air, something very important for this run. Jim Kohler certainly set a high bar. Nice air off of that jammer, certainly airing it out. Cole Bernard showing already that he is going to be having a good momentum and flow during this run. Getting some more great air. I mean, already the air is at the level that we saw from Jim Kohler, maybe even a little bit higher. So check off that box, and I would say the momentum has been there as well. But he's going to need to continue it throughout the entire run, and the way he's going right now, I think Cole Bernard will. Cole Bernard, an incredible driver. Those may remember from 2018 his insane save here. I'm sure there are some people in attendance at this event that were at that event where he had that monstrous save. This is only his second freestyle since then, and he is showing up with massive air, the biggest air of the night. Cole Bernard definitely looking good, but he's going to need to attempt a backflip here if he wants to take a lead. Oh, and I think he will. He's lining up for the backflip. Two drivers tonight, two attempted backflips. And he will land this one too. Cole Bernard doing what Jim Kohler couldn't. He checks off the box of momentum, checks off the box of air, and completes a backflip when Jim Kohler only attempted it. What a run out of Black Pearl. I think he has a sway bar broken there too. What an incredible run. It's a 9.061. Corey Rummel in Rage is going to try to take down Cole Bernard, who just threw down his best freestyle of the year. By far the best run from Cole Bernard here in 2021. Just an insanely good run. As Corey Rummel's trying to follow it up nicely. Corey Rummel loves to get big air, lining up for the jammer, and will launch it on top of the step-up. So we've got an updated checklist here. I mean, Cole Bernard really, he had great momentum, crazy. I mean, what's the level up from great? I mean, awesome air. So great momentum, awesome air, a completed backflip, and 2 minutes on the clock. That is not easy to do. But Corey Rummel trying to do that here, getting airborne. That was monstrous air. Corey Rummel loves to fly, and he's now going to just transfer it into a donut, changing things up a little bit here. He is getting some sick air. I mean, honestly, the air so far in this event has been more than we've really seen so far this year. The first drivers out have been perfect to start off a competition. Three guys that love to go big. I mean, Cole Bernard had to follow Jim Kohler, the man who loves to get some of the biggest air ever, and he had to do it, and he did a great job. Cole Bernard really set the bar high, but Corey Rummel is doing a great job at trying to follow it up. I would say the momentum is about where you want. I don't know if you've checked off that air box yet, and I think he's going for the backflip too. The first three drivers today attempting a backflip. And he lands it as well. So a completed backflip for Rage. All he needs to do is fill the clock and get some bigger air. Oh my goodness. The biggest air of the night, probably even the biggest air of the year out of Corey Rummel. Lining up for the jammer now. He is just sending it so far in this freestyle. Honestly, I would say Cole Bernard has some serious competition here. It's a toss-up. as I think he checked off all 4 boxes there. It's up to the fans. They're not going to give it to Corey Rummel. They gave him an 8.818. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I think both of them have insane runs, and I'm happy with both of them being in the lead. Now, Bari Musauer changes things up with a nice slap wheelie to start his run off. Bari Musauer has a freestyle win this year, and he is showing off early as well. I mean, this has been a very great start to the freestyle competition. This might go down as the best freestyle of the year so far. I mean, the air we are seeing, this is bigger air, unparalleled to anything else we have seen so far tonight. We have only had, this is the 4th run of the night, and we have had incredible runs so far. Bari is just getting huge air. He needs to have great momentum, awesome air, a completed backflip, and 2 minutes on the clock. Corey Rummel did that and didn't even take the lead. Bari Musauer definitely having great air right now. This is really a good run, but with the other 3 we've seen so far tonight, it might not even break the top 3. Getting good hang time. I mean, that step up is just launching people tonight, and Musauer taking it a little further with a combo move. I mean, what a great run. The brain falling off of the zombie as well. What an incredible night we've had so far here in Orlando. The night show definitely overdoing the earlier show from the noontime. I mean, Musauer has a chance to... that might even be history if we see 4 drivers in a row attempt a backflip to start off a night. Musauer is going for it too! The 4th straight backflip, going for it! Oh, and he's not going to land it. But still, 4 backflips to start the night. That's going to be an 8.273. Next out, we have Jamie Garner in Overboard, who is announcing his presence with huge air. He clears the triple threat pod. Jamie Garner, everybody, welcome him onto the track. He needs to have great momentum, awesome air, completed backflip, and 2 minutes on the clock. And Jamie Garner already showing that the air is not going to be a problem for the Overboard. So far tonight, I think we might have made Monster Jam history with 4 drivers starting off the night with backflips. Not sure if that has ever happened before with the first 4 drivers attempting one. I need some of my Monster Jam super statisticians out there to go and find if that has ever been done, because we might have just seen history here in Orlando. We are already witnessing an incredible freestyle competition tonight, but to add a little bit of history on it is never going to be a bad thing. Jamie Garner getting some sick air, as everybody has tonight. This has been so far the freestyle of insane air. We have not seen, without question, we have already seen more air in this freestyle alone that I can declare that this is the most air we have seen in a freestyle event in 2021. And Jamie Garner just adding on to that. That was a huge move for a regular show, but for a night like tonight, that was just a solid hit. I mean, Corey Rummel really set the bar with the air he got. That was the biggest air of the year that he got off of that one jump. I mean, that was monstrous air. Jamie Garner right now is getting... He might be lining up for the mini flip. Are we having 5 in a row? 5 backflip attempts in a row! And Garner cannot land it. He's trying to save it, but he won't. But 5 attempted backflips in a row. It's in 7.963, and now Lindsay Reed and Scooby-Doo could make it 6 attempted backflips in a row if she goes for one. Getting some more big air. I mean, this has been an incredible night. Lindsay Reed has not attempted a backflip yet this year. What a night to try it. And she is getting huge air. I mean, what a freestyle competition so far. This is a 5-tool freestyle event. I'm currently checking with my statistician friends to see if we have a record here tonight in Orlando. But one record I know has been set here in this building is from this woman, as she was the first woman ever to win a showdown event right here in Orlando. A crazy event for her. She was also the second woman ever to win a World Finals Championship. Getting some solid air right now. I mean, Lindsay Reed needs to have great momentum, awesome air, and a completed backflip at 2 minutes on the clock. We have seen some sick runs so far that haven't taken Cole Vennard out of the hot seat. But I still believe that Cole Vennard deserves it. Oh boy, Lindsay Reed on the side, and she is going to save it. What a move! What a night of freestyle. Unfortunately, that is it, and that will end the streak of 5 backflips in a row. But it's an 8.672. Now we have Mohawk Warrior coming out to freestyle, the 7th truck out. We've already had 5 attempted backflips tonight. Bryce Kenny needs great momentum, awesome air, completed backflip, and 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, right now you need to complete a backflip if you want to win, so we might even see a record for most backflips attempted per driver. We might have a ratio of the highest backflips per driver we've ever seen. Because so far, all but 1 have attempted it, and we are already halfway through the event. Nice air from Bryce Kenny. I mean, Bryce Kenny has shown in the past that he can get big hang time, and right now, in an event like tonight, you're going to need it. The big hang time is going to be crucial for Bryce Kenny, and if he doesn't get that big hang time, he's going to need to throw in a classical Bryce Kenny insane move. Bryce Kenny right now, I would say that I don't really think he's checked off either the momentum or the air box, even though we know he can. I mean, Bryce Kenny is just always so locked in when it comes to these freestyles. He's had some big moments here in Orlando alone. He might have even won the freestyle competition in 2019 here. And if he didn't, I know he had one crazy save in that run. For some reason, I remember that very vividly. He is definitely getting great air. I don't think he's had that awesome air that we're looking for, though. I mean, this has been a really good run, don't get me wrong, and in a normal night, this might be good enough to take a lead. But with what we've seen so far today, I mean, this is maybe 5th or 6th place material. But, I mean, this, by far right now, I think as long as everyone just has a solid run for the rest of the night, this is the best freestyle competition of the year. Bryce Kenny getting some great air in the Mohawk Warrior. And he is going to wrap it up right there, so he doesn't really check off any of the boxes for me, and it's going to reflect in the scores. He is in last with a 6.469. Next out here in freestyle, it's Kristen Anderson. This is Gravedigger's turn. I mean, honestly, I might even be able to give this the best event of the year, because if you look at it, I mean, yes, two-wheel wasn't that great, but it was still pretty solid, and freestyle is just so good that oftentimes freestyle determines what the show is viewed as, and right now it's been incredible. And we still got many trucks to go. This is only the 8th truck out. There's still 4 more after Gravedigger, and we have already had some of the incredible runs come out with the best drivers still to come tonight. Kristen Anderson needs to have great momentum, awesome air, a completed backflip, and 2 minutes on the clock. So far, she really hasn't gotten close to completing any of those. But what a freestyle event tonight. I mean, this is history here in Orlando. I think it's safe to say that we had a record. 5 backflips to start off a night is something that I don't think has ever been done before in Monster Jam history. Kristen Anderson lining up for some more nice air here. And a nice combo there. I mean, she is, so far, really just kind of pushing herself around. I wouldn't say she's gotten the momentum. Definitely hasn't hit the air. The main thing here is going to be for her to attempt a backflip. If she does that, she might have a chance. But so far, Cole Vennard in the Black Pearl came out second. He is held in that hot seat. He had an incredible run, and he has stayed there throughout the entirety of this freestyle event. Oh boy, Kristen Anderson getting a little wild, and she is going to hold that truck together and refire just before hitting the wall. Very lucky for her. Continuing to get big air. I mean, just a smooth run right now, but in a night like this is really not great. This has been a solid run altogether. You take this and put it in just a regular freestyle, it's a pretty good run, but, I mean, she's not going to check off any of the boxes here, and it's going to reflect as a 7.419. Next out, a guy who is very capable of taking the lead is going to launch his way into his run. It's Tom Meents in Max D Fire announcing his presence. The 9th truck out here in freestyle tonight out of 12. The winner of this competition gets 12 points on the road to the overall event championship. This is the last event of the night, so it's so important, especially for a guy like Tom Meents who won the skills competition to add on to his already big point total tonight. And he is doing that with the biggest air off of that jammer tonight. So far, the air not a problem for Tom Meents. He's going to need to have great momentum, a completed backflip, and filling the clock. And right now, Tom Meents is showing up. I mean, if he keeps up with this pace, he might take the lead. Oh my, that's not good. That was a misfire in the motor. That might have just been a blown motor for Tom Meents. I think that blew his motor. Yep, that is it for Tom Meents and Max D Fire. This is 7.197, looking so promising. Now, talk about promising. This is Todd the Duke in Monster Energy. He hasn't competed at all tonight. He didn't compete in racing or skills. He is now freestyling tonight, and you know he's got a chip on his shoulder. Monster Energy looking to take down Black Pearl after Black Pearl still sitting in the hot seat in what has been a phenomenal freestyle competition tonight. Todd the Duke needs great momentum, awesome air, completed backflip, and 2 minutes on the clock. That is something for Todd the Duke. That should be normal for him. He always gets awesome air, always has great momentum. But I mean, he's getting in the truck for the first time tonight since intros. I'm sure he's probably trying to get used to the truck again. I'm sure it's got to be hard for the first thing you do in the night coming out and freestyling. I mean, these drivers are used to getting the high speed in racing, having to test out their skills a little bit in the skills competition, and then they combine those two in freestyle. He has to just come out here and throw everything together all at once. I mean, it does help that he drove earlier in the day. I think that's a huge advantage. But for right now, Todd the Duke is trying to feel out the track because he hasn't driven on it really in an important situation. He doesn't know how slick it is. A lot of these drivers got the chance to feel that out in racing, so this is a blind attempt for him. Wonder what he's doing here. He is just driving down to the end of the track. Oh my, he is lining up for the jammer to get some solid air, but I mean, that was a lot of wasted time there for a move that wasn't really impressive. I would say the momentum is kind of where you want. He is lining up for a backflip, though. This is a big part of the run. And a completed backflip, so that is a checkbox there. As he completes that, now he's looking to fill the clock and maybe get some big air. And also add on with some good momentum. Getting some solid hang time, but I would say right now, I mean, he hasn't checked off that air box. The momentum, he is about to check it. I think he needs to just keep this up for the last few seconds. Oh, he's going to go for a bicycle. Okay, changing things up a little bit. And he's going to throw it in on top of the step-up ramp. Oh, my goodness. Todd the Duke. What a crazy finish to the run. A wild ending. Not enough to take the lead. It's an 8.934. He came close, but will not grab that lead. Now it's Adam Anderson in Megalodon, one of the final few drivers to try and take it away from Cole Vennard, his buddy. Cole Vennard, crew chief for Adam Anderson for many years now. The driver is going to try and knock off the crew chief. Only 2 trucks to go here in freestyle. It's Adam Anderson and Ryan Anderson. So he will pop it into a slap wheelie. Right now, Adam Anderson needs great momentum, awesome air, a completed backflip, and 2 minutes full on the clock. Not easy to do, but a guy like Adam Anderson, he should be able to do that in his sleep. I'm sure Adam Anderson has more of those runs that check off that box, all 4 of those boxes, than most drivers in this run have had in their careers. Adam Anderson having a solid run so far tonight. I mean, he has been having a great night. 1 racing and a pretty solid 2-wheel. Oh my, the truck is shut off. Is that going to be it? I hope not. Okay, he is refired. Got to be aware right there. That does hurt his momentum, but you know he is now mad. He wants to tear it up, showing it right there with some solid air. I think we can check off that momentum box. I mean, the momentum has been very good so far tonight in this run from Megalodon. He is getting some good air, too. I still think he needs to do a little more to possibly take the lead from Vennard. A little move there. It's pretty cool. Some sick air. I mean, this has just been a really great run from Adam Anderson, but he is going to need to attempt a backflip here. That is the key for winning freestyle tonight. 30 seconds remain, and right now, oh, he's going to put it into a stoppie! He's going to roll it over, and that is it. A change of pace there. Adam Anderson doing something we haven't really seen so far this year. It's an 8.715 with one truck to go. It's Ryan Anderson in the Dragonoid, lining up to get some good air, starting his freestyle. It is either going to be Ryan Anderson winning freestyle or Cole Vennard winning freestyle. Cole Vennard has not won a freestyle event this year. I'm pretty sure Ryan Anderson hasn't either. Okay, I lied. He won the freestyle event earlier in the day. That was a really stupid comment for me. So Cole Vennard in the search of his first ever freestyle win here in 2021, but Ryan Anderson looking for his second in a day. Adam Anderson made history as the first driver to ever win 2 racing events in the same day in a stadium tour. Ryan Anderson can make history with the first driver to ever win 2 freestyle events in the same day of a stadium tour. So far having a solid run. He's going to need great momentum, incredible air, a completed backflip, as well as 2 minutes on the clock. And right now I think he just needs to pick it up a little bit. That truck is taking a beating out here, though. I mean, he is really beating this truck into the ground, but I do think he needs to pick it up. The momentum and air definitely need to be a little bit higher. All right, he is starting to pick it up a little bit here in freestyle. He's got 47 seconds left on the clock. So plenty of time to make something happen here for Ryan Anderson. Going to launch it over that racing lane, making those Dragonoid wings fly, trying to get the fans on their feet. Right now, though, I do think he has some to be desired as he continues to get hang time. The momentum is right about there, but I do think he needs some more in terms of air. He is lining up for a bicycle here. Oh my, he is on the sidewalls. Oh my goodness, can he save it? Insane save out of Ryan Anderson in the Dragonoid. A Max D caliber sidewall there. He has been shut off, and that is the end of the run. I mean, an insane wow moment definitely negates the need for a backflip there. But do the fans think it's enough for the lead? And they do. It's a 9.744. What a phenomenal run out of Ryan Anderson. I mean, the fans spoke. They gave it to Ryan Anderson, the Dragonoid, your freestyle winner tonight, beating out Cole Vennard. I mean, honestly, it was a push at that point. It was either whoever the fans decided to put in the lead. It was similar to what Cole Vennard had with Corey Rummel earlier in the night. But there you have it, fans. Dragonoid, your freestyle winner. Again, history as the first driver to ever win 2 freestyle events in the same day in a stadium. Insane right there for Ryan Anderson to come out and just show off here in front of these Orlando fans. So there's one more show here in Orlando. You can catch that tomorrow night on my channel. You're not going to want to miss out because that is going to be another great one as we wrap up Orlando here in the beginning of 2021. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.